oh, it's a girl, she's blessed by goddess Durga.
So we wanted to actually bring the culture of India into the development of the game.
Whole art style came from the traditional paintings. I was just selling our apartment to tide us through for next few months, and that's how we survived.
Yeah, we have been working on something. Keep your
Nice.
eyes glued.
Hello, my name's Ian Maude, art director and co-founder of Nodding Heads Games.
Hi, I'm Shruti Ghosh. I'm one of the co-founders and art directors at Nodding Heads Games.
Hi, I'm Avichal Singh. I'm the game director and co-founder at Nodding Heads Games. We are recording today.
Games made in India, talking about
Raji, an ancient epic.
I think it was just pretty much a thought that started with a place called Patwo Ki Haveli in Jaisalmer, and not just about Rajasthan but all over India. I think we have insane amount of architecture which is inspiring. So there was that thought, hey, why shouldn't this exist in video games? And while we are game developers ourselves, and this is 2014, myself, Shruti, and met at a college, design college, and we had those few months of overlap, and that's where also most of the Raji and Ancient Epic team is. So we met at this design college, like I said, in 2014, and Shruti was teaching art 3D, same with Ian. We all had this mutual feeling of passion towards video games. I think Shruti and myself, we were already in love with Bastion back then, and I think all of us were looking at Supergiant games as an inspiration, plus the whole indie game wave had just started. Like indie game, the movie had just come out. My message was to Shruti on maybe Facebook Messenger, and I think we met at a place called Shisha's Cafe where he and Shruti, myself met, and the concept was super early that, oh, it's a girl, she's blessed by goddess Durga, and she's gonna get powers, and it's isometric. Why? Because we already used to like isometric action games. And from there, I think it was a lot about Shruti and Ian took the best students of the college, which were Shreyas and Ani. And I think for me, it was like Paras, I knew is a really good programmer back in college. And mutually, all of us came together, and Linus, the composer, who I just became friends because he was looking to borrow a guitar in college. And I was the one who was like, hey, here's the guitar. And when he played the guitar, I was just blown away. So I knew that he had been in Rajasthan, learned Ravan Hatta.
initially it was just our savings put together, because we were all doing jobs and whatever little we could put together, and we didn't take salaries. It was just rent and food, and that's how we survived.
But we made sure that all the other team members were paid. So we weren't. Oh my God, that's
We were on survival mode.
Yeah.
And it was per day as it comes. Yeah, so when the Kickstarter failed, it was literally oh shit moment for us, because we were literally down to few rupees in our company account, and we had, if we didn't make it or sign a deal or did something within a month, we all had to go back to finding jobs and had to disperse in different direction. But luckily we got the dev grant, and I remember I was in Calcutta that time because I was just selling our apartment to tide us through for next few months till we sign a deal, because we were talking to few publishers, but these things take a lot of time to just go through contract, to talk to people, but time is what we didn't have, the luxury of time. But yeah, the dev grant really just saved us at the right moment. That email was the one pivotal moment, at least for me in the team, that when I'll always remember when we saw that pop up that we've got the grant. It just saved us.
And so when I turned around to my dad and I said, it is so hard, it is so difficult, because you've got budgets, you've got balance, you've got this, you know when the money's coming in, when the money's going out, how much is there, etc., etc. It's a balancing act. It's literally, you're spinning so many plates at any one time. And he turned around to me and said, son, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
So we always thank people at Epic Games. They were one of the first believers in Raji. Fun fact, when Raji launched, Epic Games changed all their social media banners to Raji and Ancient Epic in 2020.
Shrew and I came up with the art style. That's how it was. And it was because Shrew has got her degree in the fine arts. So it just felt like a natural progression. So we wanted to actually bring the culture of India into the development of the game and actually promote that in a fantastic way.
Her idea was to put India on the game dev map, right? To represent India. India is a large part, art is a big part of India. So because I've studied the traditional painting, and it was a way of paying a homage to the art style, the art that
The
Indian
greats.
great artists have created. So on also the temples and architecture that you see, we really wanted to bring them alive in Raji and Ancient Epic. Hence the whole art style came from the traditional paintings. It was inspired by Pahari painting. If you go into all the temples, you would see for the temple that is dedicated to the god or the goddesses, you have the stories of the battle or how they came into being. The whole story is told through different paintings on the walls. There are sculptures there that tell different stories of different timelines of the god and goddesses. So that was something I thought was very unique that we really needed to bring into the game, and everyone in the team felt the same way, so we all passionately worked together. It was never a part of the game, the feature where you go and you get to know the story of the gods that bless you, and that was never added in the initial part of the game, because Ian said, like, for someone like a Westerner who has no idea about the god, like who is blessing them, the whole backstory of it. So it's really fascinating to get to know that, and so that's when we basically crowbarred the feature into the game. And me and Anirudh were literally dying and painting as much as we can to make this work.
There was a mural of Durga versus Mahishasura, right? And while playing it or playtesting it, there was this question that it's on the floor and it's beautiful and we want to see more of it. And I think then it just cascaded into that idea of like, hey, let's just put it vertically and see what happens.
Yeah.
So it was not a feature that was planned in production at all, but it did become one of the most loved feature of the game, because we heard so many Twitter stories from parents teaching their kids about Hindu culture and these stories through the game, and vice versa. In India, it was like, hey, for the first time in my life, my parents have been here for 4 hours, 5 hours, watching the entire playthrough, and they're so into it for the first time in a video game.
And one of the sweetest moments that I actually witnessed was an Indian family. So the children were British Indian and the parents are Indian, okay? And so the young lads were playing, and then one of the children asked his father, "What's this?" So then he took the headphones off, gave it to his dad, and then his dad explained what it was. And it was the anklets.
Yeah, it's the ghungroo, the sound of her anklet making. And while she runs, he explained it to him that what it is and what girls wear in it.
It's just moments like that really, really get to you. And it's like, when you hear, things being brought together through, cultural elements, items of clothing, jewelry, etc. It's just beautiful. It really, really is. And so, yeah.
When we started off Raji, the initial idea was to have a sibling story, because pretty much everyone in the studio have a sibling, either elder or younger. So we understand that relationship between brother and sister and how much it matters. We've grown up seeing Goddess Durga as a major part of our culture, right? Gods couldn't deal with the situation, and she was created to deal with this Asura. So she was the apt god to bless Raji. So that's the reason how the gods came into the story.
Let's talk about the coders here. the lead programmer Paras Chaudhary and our gameplay programmer Deepam Bora. These two programmers single-handedly ported Raji to Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, iOS, Android, and PC.
Hi guys, my name is Deepam Bora and I'm a gameplay programmer at Nodding Head Games.
Hi guys, I'm Paris. I'm the lead programmer at Nodding Heads Games. So I have something for you guys which a lot of people were hoping Raji in Ancient Epic would be. This is where it all started, where we added a third-person debug mode to Raji in Ancient Epic's code. And we just had a feel of it, of how it would actually feel like to play. Primarily, the level design was done by Avichal, but it was a small team in general. Even from the tech side, it was only Avichal, me, and Deepam working on the tech side. So we were, Deepam and I, we were both involved in the level design process as well, and populating and scripting the levels. It was quite new to be getting into the actual level rather than just scripting and rather than just coding. Yeah, that was fun.
You were part of Nintendo Switch porting, PlayStation, Xbox, and you were very much involved in making sure we do not lose graphic fidelity while we preserve gameplay. And how did you think that went for us? And we managed to, at the end of the day, pull it off.
I was porting the game for the first time to different consoles, and it was quite a bit of challenge for everyone in the company because, like, we are a very small team and only 2 programmers were working in that whole game. The game was already like quite a bit of optimized, but from the visual side we need to involve in all the artists, all the tech art and material optimization and all this process were involved. Even with the sound also, audio also, we have optimized quite a bit for, especially for Switch, and for other platform it was working fine. But for Switch, we have to optimize the audio quality, then the material as well.
I have noticed in India, people are still underestimating game design insanely, which is hurting every single thing about the game. People are thinking game mechanics, they're not thinking game systems. Then they're not thinking game systems which have to work with each other. Then they're not thinking progression systems properly. So you're not able to probably come up even with the scope and the production pipeline probably because you've not spent enough time analyzing first the games of your genre. So that is something I have been very active with, telling devs, young devs that, hey, do a feature analysis and do a game analysis. And once you do that, you really get behind the game to understand, oh, it took 10 different systems to make the combat really feel that good. While making Raji, we never thought of awards or X number of players. I think we were really after the feeling we've done our best. We're all gamers in the team.
And it wasn't for glory. It wasn't for financial gain. It wasn't to be put on a pedestal. It wasn't any of those things. And least of all, we weren't even looking at for awards. But when we got all those coming in, it was the validation, and it silenced all the naysayers. This is something I want to say to all the trolls, all the naysayers, etc. Thank you. Because this was a fuel for us, right? Because we proved you all wrong.
I think with Nintendo Switch launch, we could see the hype, and I'll tell you, maybe the moment of realization for me personally was the Twitter account on Raji had went so insanely crazy, especially with the Switch announcement. I used to click this like 100 notifications and they used to get lost. And I used to feel bad that I could not follow. I'm like, how is this working? Because it's gone. And there used to be another 100. And now, however it used to be designed, Twitter, it's just lost. So that's, I think that day it was like, and it happened for like many hours post announcement, hours of notification. So I think that plus the fact Nintendo had picked us just because they saw us at the event and they saw the crowd around the booth, they just picked us, and that's what they told us, and we were quite shocked to know that. Yeah, we have been working on something. the community knows that we've put a announcement a couple years ago about something's in the works, which is true. Just not there yet. We're not ready yet to share it with the world, but hopefully soon.
Nor
Keep
did
your
I.
eyes glued on your Raji social media pages and IGN India. You should find out very soon, hopefully. Thank you for watching today's episode for Games Made in India. We had a great time with IGN India's team covering Raji and Ancient Epic. Make sure you like, subscribe both our channels, and so you don't miss any updates from all of us. Thank you.